Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your fortnightly reading. Thank you so much for joining me. This is from the August the 16th through to the 31st. And as I was shuffling and the cards for you, these two cards came out. Now, I have been using the animal spirit cards, but you guys just wanted to be a little bit different today, and you go with the Rider-Waite, which is fine. They popped out, and I think these two cards really wanted to be read. And these are the overarching energies for the fortnight. Initially, already we've got the Ten of Swords and the Moon card, which is the major arcana, and this is saying goodbye to something has ended. A bad situation has finally ended, which is great. There's been some sort of illumination, but it may have been because we have the Moon card there. There's some sort of illumination, but I'm getting that it's illuminated in the darkness, like it's illuminated the darkness. You can see in these Ten of Swords cards, this character literally could feel like they've been stabbed in the back, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that someone's done something to you. It could mean that. It can also mean that it's just a very difficult ending to something. But these dark clouds are now leaving, and that's what I'm saying. The moon illuminates the darkness. There's truth that's come out around this situation. There's clarity that's come out around this situation. I think, the fact the moon's come up and we've really just traversed the full moon in Aquarius, not Capricorn, that's you. A full moon in Aquarius on the 15th of August. I feel like a lot of things might have come up because there's things coming up to the surface. A lot of information might have come up and come out. And it might actually make you quite angry. I mean, these dogs are kind of like barking at the moon. You know how dogs get angry at something or don't understand something and they just howl and bark. It's kind of saying, go away, go away, go away. And I've got this sense of things coming up out of the water here and kind of the pincers. Things that are, I might just have to shut this actually. It's a little bit breezy here at the moment. Yeah, there's things that might be information that's come out. It might have been an argument with someone or something that has been submerged is coming up in terms of feelings around something or someone. And so, I feel like also that there could have been some tears. The moon looks like it's kind of crying. So, but it's interesting because this looks like a gateway here. I feel like you're about to go through a gateway. Whatever's happened with this situation, with the Ten of Swords, it's been an ending and it's time to just move forward away and out from that. Now, this could actually be something that's happened way in the past that it's time to let go of, and it's just those feelings have come up and resurfaced during this moon period or during this lunar, because we're talking about the moon, it's around cycles, so it's a cycle around these lunar cycles at the moment. That it definitely is something that there's definitely a new beginning and a new path and time to let go beckoning here. So I am going to pull an animal spirit card for you guys, Capricorn, because I want to find out a little bit more about this. But, it sounds ominous almost, but it's not. It's actually really positive. It's time to let it go. So what can we get for Capricorn? What can we get? You know what? I'm getting to use the Rider-Waite card, so I'm going to go down that path for you guys. What can we get? We might go to the animal spirit cards later, but for some reason, you guys are just taking a different path to the others, and that's why I'm sort of getting take a different path. Taking a different path to kind of looking at something. So it just popped out, we had the Four of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Fool. And yeah, again, with these three cards coming out, I feel like there's, we've had the ending of the 10, the Fool is a beginning. The Swords are all about, the Page of Swords is some sort of news and clarity. The Four of Swords is taking a break and actually finding clarity after a battle and looking at the story that's being presented to you and being able to make sense of that. This is the knight who's been through the battle. He's got his three swords up the top here, but he's got his one sword down there ready to pick up and fight on again. But the Page of Swords is all about messages. Swords are the element of air, so it could be around an air sign, but I really feel like there's going to be some sort of a message or communication that kind of sets you free, that clarifies the situation for you. The Four of Swords also, because, the Ten of Swords is very much, This figure is down and out, exhausted. The Four of Swords could just be that you just need a break. You might need a really good sleep, a big sleep, but you just need some time out for clarity about a situation. And this Fool card, the Major Arcana, the Fool is about new beginnings. It's starting at the number 0. It's starting again. And interestingly, the Fool's got the little dog as well that we saw in the moon, but instead of the dog being angry and defensive and not understanding, the dog's ready to leap and it's free, and it's like, what have you got for me? What have you got? Where are we going? And it's this childlike, innocent energy of, okay, I'm moving forward now and moving on. And so there's this real sense of just moving on with your life, moving on from a situation or a person that's really hurt you. And I think you'll find some information. This Page of Swords is really going to help you. And this Fool card is taking a leap in a new direction, taking a leap of faith. And, you see how the Fool travels light, not carrying that baggage with him into this new situation. So there's a really, really, really clear message for you guys coming through, Capricorn. And yeah, this card, I picked them all up except for this one card. Is this the one thing that you're not kind of picking up on? That you're picking up all these other things, but you're not picking up on this, which is your Strength card. This is a Leo card as well. Is there a Leo that's in your life that's really positive that you're not kind of noticing or picking up on, that could actually be someone that can help you through this? But the Strength card is all about finding this line represents all the things within yourself, the strengths, the abilities, the talents that you can harness to be able to move forward. And by harnessing this and gathering it, there's infinite possibilities of where you can go. So this maiden here that's harnessing the lion, it's innocence harnessing this brute strength. And again, with the Fool, the Fool is this innocence that moves forward, and it's finding this strength within yourself to be able to do that. And so you might feel like you don't have this because it kind of got left. I picked up the deck and this one was left behind, kind of left at the bottom. But, the fact that it was there and wanted to be heard is saying you do have this strength within you to be able to do this. So the Rider-Waite's are really, really wanting to communicate with you strongly this time, Capricorn. So what else can we get for Capricorn around this? What else can we get from Capricorn? Or are we going to go to the animal cards? Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. That was my intuition. Now we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords. Element of air, a real sort of could be Aquarian, Libra card, but this is actually, I was just getting Aquarius. This is a real Aquarius card, and we just had the Aquarius full moon as well. But this could actually be an Aquarius in your life. Either way, it's strong mind. I'm just getting strong mind. Clear decision making. This king decides really clearly. He's elevated into a position where he can kind of see things from a higher perspective and make really clear, rational decisions about where to go in his life and how to move on. He's not affected by his emotions. He's not emotionally charged at all. He's quite fair as well, but very strong-minded. You don't want to get in an argument with him, and he's a great business leader for that reason, but he's just very rational. So this king, it's funny, he's come up next to, and the Justice card, all these major arcanas and the Six of Swords. Okay, and it's interesting, the Six of Swords just covered up the Five of Pentacles. So it's basically moving to calmer waters, but hiding this moving to a calmer frame of mind is actually going to, I'm just going to read. Oh, I've got so many messages coming through to you. This Five of Pentacles is about feeling left out in the cold, feeling that you're without, that someone's kind of left you behind, or that you don't have enough. It could be not enough money, or that you're not enough. And this Six of Swords, is moving to calmer waters, and particularly with your family as well. So it could be a job that's not paying you enough. It could be a job that's not recognizing you. It could be being missed over for promotion. this Six of Swords can also be relocation, so changing jobs, changing countries, changing houses. Whatever this Five of Pentacles is, that was covered up by that, definitely being left behind, and kind of this change that's coming in with this Six of Swords, this relocation and moving to calmer, feeling happier about a place that you're in. It's definitely going to be getting rid of that feeling of lack that's in your life, which is going to be really, really positive. Now, sitting right next to this King of Swords here is the High Priestess. Now, it's interesting because we've got three major figures here. Two of them are major arcanas and one is a king. So he's, giving them a good run for the money. They're all sitting bang on straight on their thrones or their seats of power. Let's just call it that. And we have the Justice card as well. Sorry, hiding that with my fingers. They're both staring you right in the face, straight on, bang on, taking this on head on, basically. And there's real clarity coming through with this, with the Justice card and the King of Swords, both with their swords in the air. The sword of truth, the sword of clarity, the sword of cutting through bullshit. And with the Justice card coming through, this is like right's being wrong, justice is on your side. Someone's been doing something to you that isn't right, definitely, but it can also be mean contracts and legalities that are on your side. Now we have the High Priestess. Now I feel like the High Priestess is actually, I feel like you are the Justice card and the King of Swords, both elements of air. So with the Justice card, very strong Libra card, and the Sword card, that could be Libra, but it's mostly Aquarius. So the air signs are really like flanking. This High Priestess energy, I feel like this is the energy that you are kind of grappling, or the person that you're grappling with. Now, normally I love the High Priestess, but in this case, she's seeming like someone who's a little bit deceitful. I'm getting deceit from this High Priestess, that she's not necessarily revealing everything, that the truth of the situation. There's something about it being black and white, or being presented as black and white, or one side's being presented, that the whole picture is not being presented to you. It's quite nefarious. There's something about this High Priestess energy that's slippery. And the fact that it's been flanked by two cards of truth, it's like you're finding the truth out about this person or this situation, or you're just finding the truth. You're finding out the truth, where if it's not necessarily a person, it's just a situation, but it feels like this High Priestess energy is a little bit of a trickster energy. It feels like it could lead you down a garden path quite easily, but it feels like, you have got a very strong support around you, whether it's an air sign around you or whether it's just your own mind. So your intuition is clouded at the moment with this High Priestess, and that's why I had the Moon as well, the Moon card. So normally the High Priestess is to trust your intuition. In this case, I would say not to, that your intuition just can't see the situation clearly, and that's because there's something that is being veiled, that information that's not being kind of presented to you and it might just be your feelings and emotions, your anger or whatever that is actually veiling it. It could be self kind of deception. But I've just finally got to the animal cards for you guys, Capricorn. As a little parting, overarching energy for you guys, we've got the butterfly, which again is the element of air. So it's all about your thoughts, element of air, how you're thinking about a situation, where your mind's at. And with this butterfly, you can see the butterfly is very much, it's kind of, is the butterfly attracted to the light, or is it has it been born out of this flash of light? The origins of that light source is kind of unknown, but either way, it's this sense that light has really, you've seen the light is kind of what I was just getting. You've seen a light and you're flying away from a situation. You found your wings. You're like, I just want my freedom and I don't need to. I'm kind of getting clearly now that you've seen that light, and that's what's propelled you out of this situation. And so the butterfly is just like there's this sense of freedom about just making the decision to leave and get out. So, and that's why I feel like this ending of the situation, we come back to that, is that it's just going to be so positive for you, Taurus. Because we've got the victory card here, victory and success. So I feel like you're going to come out on top. And I just want to pull one last card for Taurus to see, where is this all heading? Like, I know we've got a new beginning and we're saying goodbye and all of that sort of stuff, but where's this heading to? What's the opportunity around all of this? Let's see what we can get. Just as one parting card, I feel like it just wasn't quite finished, Capricorn. So what can we get? Where's this all heading? The Knight of Wands. Okay, really positive new creative direction here. A new direction in terms of career, in terms of your passions, in terms of what sort of lights you on fire was the word that I was being given. I feel like you're going to find a whole new drive and momentum and positive motivation here. So I think you're going to kind of really want to full steam straight ahead with this Knight of Wands. So it's a card of inspiration. So by letting that situation go, it's just going to open the way for this lovely new, fresh, inspirational, driven, creative energy. So I think that's just so positive, Capricorn. So I hope that resonates for some of you guys, and I hope it helps. I look forward to seeing you in September for Virgo season. If you'd like to hear more, please like, subscribe, and leave a message.